Hello, everyone. Today we are going to be talking with Chris Greenstein. He is a good friend of mine. He is the expert in regards to DCC. And for any of you guys that don't know what DCC is, Chris is going to educate us and he's going to tell us why we need DCC in our ATMs and what he does for us as ATM operators. Chris, tell us something about yourself and then we will start with a few questions here.
All right, perfect. Thanks, Franco. So a little bit about myself. I've been in the payments industry, I guess, a pretty good while now, close to 20 years. Starting off at the acquiring space, doing merchant level sales, working in different channels there in the FI space for a company, for a large acquirer here in the U.S. Global Payments. Spent close to 10 years with them, and then transitioned over to the acquiring side of the business, working product sales with Planet Payment. Now I work with companies like Global Payments and FIS, Worldpay, and such like that. So professionally, I've been in the business close to 20 years. A little bit about myself: avid outdoorsman, love hunting, fishing, camping, anything outside, outdoors. Born and raised here in Texas. Father of 3 outstanding young men. And as a matter of fact, as soon as we're done here, we're going camping for spring break. So I appreciate you squaring some time in for the invite, Franco.
There you go. We're going to keep it short then. Can you explain what dynamic currency conversion is, known as DCC, and how it works inside an ATM transaction, Chris?
Sure. So dynamic currency conversion. So for first of all, let's take a step back and look at what a transaction looks like to the cardholder that's conducting a transaction, whether you're at a point of sale, making a purchase from Macy's, you're shopping online, or you're making a withdrawal from an ATM. For an international cardholder that has, let's say, a card issued in Canadian dollar or euro, British pound sterling, whatever, from whatever country they're from, okay, their currencies are different from our US dollar, okay? So they're here making a purchase, and if they're making a $100 purchase at Macy's, their issuing bank will take that $100 transaction, apply FX rates, conversion fees, whatever it may be, that $100 Macy's transaction, and granted, I don't know who only spends $100 at Macy's, but that transaction gets converted to their home currency. So they're really, at the end of the day, there's no transparency or clarity on what they're really spending, okay? So what DCC does, it's a solution that's the niche market for it. It's a product that's available for the international cardholders that are shopping retail, e-commerce, or making withdrawals at your ATM, so that a cardholder that's coming in will see that transaction. Their card will be noted as being eligible for DCC for Visa or Mastercard, okay, and that it's a supported currency. So cardholders from Europe, cardholders from Canada that are attempting to make a withdrawal from your ATM, okay, will be detected as being DCC eligible, and they'll be presented with an offer screen. So now, where it would just typically be a $100 withdrawal plus surcharge equals X, okay, and they approve it. Now that transaction is already showing a converted rate, which we provide the elements to convert that transaction from US dollar to their home currency, okay. So now they're seeing an offer screen presenting with them the option to accept or decline a conversion. So they now see that withdrawal, that $200 withdrawal, now reflects in their home currency. Maybe it's 195 euro, okay, plus your surcharge, okay, any FX fees that apply to it. Now they have the option to accept and opt in, okay, or decline, and still conduct that transaction in US dollar. So essentially what that means, though, is they're still pulling out US dollar from your ATM, okay? But they have the option with dynamic currency conversion with the Planet solution to convert that transaction so it's going out to the issuing bank already converted, okay? So instead of a $100 withdrawal going out to the issuing bank request for that, it's already going out converted. And so we essentially remove the issuing bank from the equation. It's going out, which does a couple of things. It improves the authorization rate for certainly, because it's already going out converted. So to the cardholder, to the person that's coming up to your ATM, they're making a withdrawal. For those that opt in, they'll walk away with the receipt showing the exact amount of that withdrawal. So now it's already converted. So if it turned out to be with transaction fees and all the costs that it's now €198, that's the amount that's going to reflect on their issuing. That's what it'll show on their receipt, that they were offered DCC, US price, Euro price, and their opt-in of €198 would go out already converted to their issuing bank. So the price on their receipt, the withdrawal slip, is actually what will show up on their issuing bank on their credit card statement. So, oh yeah.
So less chances for them to dispute a transaction because they will be like, I know what I was charged and not what they thought it could be.
That is correct. So there removes any chance for somebody to come in and paint a picture of, I didn't know, or this is not what I received. It's very detailed, going through every element of what they were offered and what they received.
Yeah. And now if we talk about revenue for operators, for ATM operators, especially in international markets, let's talk about New York City or Florida. What is that for them or for us if we have machines in those markets?
Well, it helps you in a number of different ways. So one, I think probably the one of the biggest factors is, ATM operators get a lot of their revenue comes from, or a certain part of their revenue comes from the issuing banks, right? The interchange revenue that they make. Visa, Mastercard, and along with the issuing banks, I think they provide a good service, but they've also done a good job of kind of whittling away, eroding at that interchange revenue that an ATM operator counts on to operate their network. Okay, so now for an international cardholder that visits an ATM, this is important. Every ATM is going to charge independent ATM operator is going to charge a surcharge. It's for the convenience of accessing cash in their machine. Okay, it's how they make money. Okay, so Visa and Mastercard, the card brands, now have their interchange rules set up so that if anybody is charging an international cardholder, okay, a surcharge, then their interchange revenue is significantly diminished, if not almost in the negative. Okay, so once enhanced cross-border fees, other costs, that just drive down what was once a revenue stream and help to offset or justify the cost of those transactions, all because you charge a surcharge, but now that's significantly diminished. So revenue from DCC with your processor, you have an opportunity to participate in that revenue. That's the convenience fee that's being charged to the cardholder when they opt into DCC. That now creates a revenue stream for them to offset that loss.
That's great. So what type of ATM locations tend to perform best for DCC? Are there certain businesses or geographic areas operators should prioritize?
Well, you mentioned key states, New York and Florida. Those, when we look over the years, year in, year out, those are significant draws for international travelers. Okay, so one, I think that the main thing is to be in a state that's got international travel. Okay, but instead of maybe looking for places to go find it just solely for enabling DCC, what's really important is to make sure that you've got DCC, dynamic currency conversion, enabled on every machine. Okay, and the reason why I back into it like that is you never know if you've got it installed at a convenience store that you think I don't really get much there. You never know what might be in proximity to that convenience store or that ATM location in a very humble looking hotel. Okay, so there's you could have a Montessori school that has a large draw for international students just up the street. Okay, there might be a venue that targets close by, that targets the international community of some sort. Okay, and so having it enabled on every machine enables you to cast a wide net. Okay, and so that it protects you and opens you up for the opportunity if they arise.
And that makes sense. That's what we do with our portfolio. DCC enable and all of them as a standard procedure, operating procedure. What are some common mistakes that ATM deployers make when trying to implement or optimize DCC? I think I know the answer, but you tell me what you.
Yeah, I think we just will dovetail right in. They try to target properties or locations to have it enabled. I think that's a mistake. That's a missed opportunity. Let's put it that way for certain. Another, I think another challenge that they create for themselves is not seeing the value in it. Quite often now, most processors have host-driven solutions, so it's really a minimal amount of time for them to enable it when they're setting up their machine through their terminal handler with their processor. It really should be no time at all if they're programming a machine. All they're doing is checking a box and flagging it. I think that's probably the biggest mistake is they overlook the value of it. Maybe they don't understand the protections that it has for them, or the losses that they're experiencing by not having it on there. And so I think those are probably key elements that go to missed opportunities.
On the processor level, do you think there's something that the operator should know or make sure that their machines are enabled with DCC, because this audio is going to be listened by a different type of people that are seasoned and people who got started. So for somebody, they might not even know what it means, and they believe it is.
I think there's a couple different avenues one can get started on something like that, Franco. Is one, whoever, if you're new to the business, somebody brought you into the business. Nobody just stumbled. I mean, even the stuff I'm doing in it, somebody mentored me. You over the years, unknowingly, you mentored me, and I've got other guys that played a key role into it. Make sure you're going to somebody asking, what is this? Okay. Should I have it? What's going on? What do you know about it? Okay. If you don't have direct access to somebody that's mentored you, go to your processor. They'll answer your questions on it. Okay. That would be one key element. If you're looking at, let's just say you've got a big portfolio, maybe it does. You're kind of coming in, and you now, so you have 800 locations. That's a big effort to come in, and it might be a little what seems overwhelming to even contemplate making a change on every single ATM. And I know, because I've reprogrammed machines. they're way harder than reprogramming a credit card terminal. But
there you go.
Yeah,
I think it's been made much easier the last 3 years. It's just three buttons, and then you got it. No,
let's just say you're looking at, okay, I see the value in it. What do I do? I've got 800 machines. I've got 1,000 machines. How in the world do I possibly target this? Okay. Well, you'll want to work with your processor. Okay. One, to understand prioritize where you're going to go. Look at your machines, okay, that have the most traffic coming in. How do you determine that? So one, you would go to your processor, ask them. You've got a couple of options that I typically recommend with someone. You ask them for a foreign volume report. Okay. Sometimes that may take a little bit because maybe it's just not that easy for them to generate a foreign volume report on your Visa and Mastercard. Okay. And even then, at the end of the day, it would it could take a little time. So another avenue that you can do is if you look at your portfolio and you filter it or sort it by your locations that you see interchange is now, it's costing you money. Okay. Now you can come in and say, okay, those locations have significantly lower interchange revenue, far below what my portfolio is doing. And you look at it and you should see that you've got you've got a cost, you've got transactions coming in there that are actually costing you more, because what we spoke about earlier, we're with the rules of Visa Mastercard set for international transactions that have a surcharge, your interchange revenue is now.
I lost you. Oh, you're back. There you go. I just have two more questions, Chris. I know as an operator, it works on my Hyosons, it works on my Gen Megas. Do you know if it works on
I can say
Tritons
that
and if it works in Paloons as well?
Through our processing relationships, Franco, it does not. But I can't speak to the other major players in the industry. But certainly Hyason, or like we correct the Hillsong
Yeah.
at the conference.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Gen Mega, certainly they do an
As
exceptional
long as they make
job
money, we
of,
call them the H and the G.
of
And that's
supporting the card.
it. And again, for anybody that is new to this industry, we're not talking about new hardware. We're
Yeah.
not talking about you need a new component. We just need to
Yeah.
let the processor
Correct.
know,
And just
hey, I
maybe
want to do
expand on
this,
that a little bit more.
and
So
then it
no
gets to be
keypads,
placed on the
nothing of
machine.
that sort. At most, what you're looking at is, depending on your processor, is probably making sure you're up to the most recent software update with them. Okay, which you should have that anyway, just for security alone, in receiving all the recent product and feature sets.
Good. I think you gave us a great summary of what it is, Chris. And I guess, is
Yeah,
there anything else that you want to tell us
look,
about the
anything
product that we should know, or
anything.
anything
It's
that
kind of
we will all
benefits
benefit
you both
from?
ways. So one, it's going to help you hedge your protection. It's going to create an additional revenue stream. You'll hedge your losses on Visa, Mastercard. Okay, for increased cost of supporting international cardholders. Okay, but also to the international cardholder that's coming in there, they get you're enhancing the withdrawal experience for them, just like in the retail environment. Okay, for where DCC is in place. Okay, at a major chain retailer, they're always looking for ways to enhance the payment experience for the international cardholder that's coming in there. Okay, one, they typically they have a higher spend. Okay, so they want to do whatever they can to enhance the experience for them. That's how Tap to Pay came along. If you think about it like that, the digital wallets. Okay, that was all really at the behest to support their shoppers, right? To get them coming. So you get them coming in, you get them coming back. Okay, so repeat footfall, increased spend. Okay, and so anything that you're doing like that on your machines, okay, whether it's wrapping, having DCC, okay, that's going to enhance that repeat withdrawals or the repeat footfall traffic coming to your machines. It'll increase your withdrawal amount. So anything that you can do to separate yourself, okay, to make them feel more comfortable, they're now given an option of how to conduct that transaction in their home currency. They walk away with the receipt, knowing exactly what their spend was. Okay, you're going to see repeat traffic coming back. So,
And that's what
Sure.
the ATM business is all about. Habitual transactions to go
Yep.
back and forth. Of course, these are transient, so they're not going to stay in town, but they know
Absolutely.
when they're here, they're going to use that ATM because they know how much is going to be the pool. Chris, I don't have any more questions, but I do appreciate your time.
Absolutely.
I know that if somebody has a question,
you've got my email
can
address.
they
You
reach out
publish
to
it.
you? Do you want to give
It's
out any
cgreenstein at
information?
weareplanet.com, and I'm always available. Thanks, buddy. Take care, Franco.
Excellent. Chris, enjoy your time with your kids. And again, thank you for your time.